Hey guys, welcome back. So this past weekend, the forensics team traveled for a forensics tournament, and I wanted to let you guys in on a few of the trends that I've noticed throughout my time on the forensics team. They're fairly interesting. 5 ways you know you're a forensicator. Number 1, you talk to walls. That's about it. You talk to walls all day. When the team does wall runs, we talk to a wall. When you're in practice, sometimes you talk to a wall. When you practice in your room, lots of us talk to walls. So every wall that we come across has heard a story from one of us. We just spend our days talking to walls sometimes. Number 2, we can memorize a 10-minute speech, but we can't use English on a day-to-day basis. I don't know what it is, guys, but we can memorize a speech that's very academically worded, lots of big, long, fancy words that we wouldn't normally use in our day-to-day vocabulary, but when it comes to saying things like, I'm hungry, or I want coffee, or hi, how are you? Normal conversational stuff, we can't do it. It just doesn't work. I can't tell you how many people from forensics I've talked to. I've been in a normal conversation with. Granted, most of the time it's right before we have to go up and talk, right, in between rounds. One of us stumbles and, oh, sorry, my English doesn't work. And then we go up and perform a 10-minute speech, usually fairly flawlessly. It just happens. Third, your travel diet consists of almost everything Jimmy John's. It's just easy. It gets delivered to tournaments. They have lots of different options. It's easy. They deliver. It's Jimmy John's. We eat a lot of Jimmy John's. 4, we wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We put on a suit and we talk all day. That's the easiest way to describe forensics. I've had people ask, oh, what is forensics? What do you do? I talk for fun. Competitive speech. We get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes before 6 o'clock in the morning. This last Saturday, I was up at 4:45. We do a lot of driving. We put on suits, and we spend our days running around a school delivering speeches, multiple speeches. It just happens. We spend a lot of time on these speeches. We care a lot about our speeches. Each of our speeches has a message to it. And so we get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to run around and do this speech. It just happens. And then our friends like to tell us, well, remember, you do this for fun. We're aware. Number 5, you get really, really good at bullshitting. There's no better way to put it. You get really good at BSing a lot of stuff. You can BS an everyday conversation. You can BS an entire speech. Literally, extemp and impromptu speeches are bullshitting speeches. You have a certain amount of time to prepare based on a specific question, and you go. You bullshit an entire speech. So for people who are in interp and PA events, you also do get pretty good at BSing your speeches. If you forget, your paragraph, you have to get through it somehow. You can't just skip it. You BS the information that's there. You BS sources. On Saturday, I forgot my first source. I think I BS'd 3 sources after that because I just got thrown off. You get really good at making stuff up on the spot. And it's probably a really good life skill. Just being able to not necessarily make up information, but just pull those words and put them together in a coherent form to convey your message. With that being said, those are just 5 of the many ways that you can identify a forensicator. Yes, our friends think that we're nuts because we wake up really early and we talk all day. Yes, our friends think we're nuts because we wander around campus talking to ourselves, and sometimes we have our black books in our hand. And yes, people think we're nuts because we talk to walls. But it's a great activity, and I love it. So after traveling this weekend, I just wanted to quickly share a little bit about forensics life with you guys, things that I've noticed, how to identify a forensic hater other than being, at a forensics tournament. So yeah, our team traveled this weekend, did some forensicating. We are out and about next weekend as well. Super excited for that. So I will keep you guys updated on forensics and life, and I will see you guys next week on Gypsy Warrior Style.